Listen to the fast, energetic drumming at a traditional Ugandan Kwanjula ceremony. The tempo is quick, and the rhythms make you want to stand up and move. Now, compare that to the slow, quiet rustle of wind moving through the dry savanna grass. Music and sound exist everywhere, in our environment, constantly shifting in speed and tone. How do we take these specific sounds, whether it's a vibrant cultural dance or a quiet breeze, and record them so that anyone else can play them exactly as we heard them? Music acts as a universal language with its own distinct alphabet. Today, we are going to learn that alphabet. By the time we finish, you will know exactly how to write down a 4-bar melody that captures the unique sounds around you. Step 1 is preparing our canvas. Draw 5 straight horizontal lines. This structure is the stave. It gives us 5 lines and 4 spaces. Next, at the far left, we draw a symbol known as a treble clef. Placing this clef at the start tells the musician that the notes written here are generally high in pitch. These are sounds that sit higher in the register, like the natural speaking voices of women and children, or the bright tone of an ndindi. Together, the stave and the treble clef set our boundaries. Before we draw a single note, the musician already knows the specific high-pitched range they will be playing in. Let's organize this space. Draw 3 vertical lines to divide your canvas into 4 equal sections, called bars. Next to the treble clef, write 2/4. This establishes simple duple time, requiring exactly 2 beats per bar. Now those beats need a speed, which we call tempo. Think of tempo like the speed of a boda rider. On a clear, paved highway, the tempo is fast and smooth. On a bumpy village road, the tempo is slow and careful. The tempo tells us how fast to play, but the time signature and the bar lines keep the math perfect. They create an unbreakable framework so the music always stays organized. This chart shows our 3 note shapes. The empty oval half note lasts for 2 beats. The solid quarter note lasts for 1 beat. The 8th note with a tail lasts for half a beat. Let's test our 2-beat rule. In your first bar, draw 2 quarter notes. Since each quarter note is 1 beat, 1 + 1 equals exactly 2. Our simple duple rule is fulfilled. When you draw these notes, pay attention to the stems. If you place a note anywhere below the middle line of the stave, the stem must point straight up on the right side of the oval. You must be careful with your math to avoid overloading a bar. If you try to fit a half note and a quarter note together, that equals 3 beats. The bar will fail the rule. Now go ahead and fill your remaining 3 bars. You can use any valid combination of notes you want, as long as the math inside every single bar adds up to exactly 2. Mastering duration gives us precise control over when each sound starts and stops. It ensures the math works across the stave, so that any musician playing this melody stays in sync. We have our rhythm, so let's adjust the pitch. Pitch is simply how high or low a sound is, and we dictate that by choosing exactly which line or space we place our note on vertically. It is important to clarify a common misconception. Pitch is entirely different from volume. A sound can be very low, but incredibly loud. Look at a roaring lion. The physical sound it produces vibrates slowly, giving it a very low pitch, even though the volume is booming. Conversely, a tiny sunbird produces fast vibrations. Its call is extremely high in pitch, but the volume itself is very soft and quiet. You can place your notes high on the stave to mimic the sunbird, or low on the stave to represent the heavy, slow steps of an elephant walking across the grass. For this first composition, there is one final rule. The pitch of your notes must move smoothly by a step, meaning from a line to the immediate next space. You cannot leap and skip over lines entirely. Moving by steps works exactly like singing up the sol-fa ladder. You move from do to re to mi, climbing 1 rung at a time without missing a beat. By mapping these pitches onto our rhythmic framework, we convert our observations of the natural world into a specific set of instructions that anyone can read and play. Here is our final, completed 4-bar composition. The blank canvas is now a piece of music. Run through the mental checklist. We have our 5 lines, we have our treble clef, Every single bar has exactly 2 beats, and the pitch moves smoothly up and down in steps. To truly feel the simple duple time you created, read your page left to right and clap the rhythm of your new notes out loud. Understanding pitch, duration, and tempo empowers you to observe the natural world, its unique sounds, and translate them into the universal language of music.